Hello, everyone. It's Kirk and
Tamika.
from The Next Level Now. And welcome to our podcast. As you can see, we've got Christmas brewing in the background.
Oh.
It's lovely. So, and I have to thank my wife for that. If I don't throw that in there, Tamika, I am toast.
Yes.
I'm probably not going to get to eat for a week.
Yes. Absolutely.
But, hey, I've got some burning issues. They're just cruising through my head.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about them. And I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you have a belief that is so strong that it motivates you, it moves you, it drives you?
Yes.
What would that be?
Right now, today, my belief is that I can do it.
I love that.
Whatever it is, I can do it.
Henry Ford,
Mm-hmm.
he said, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you cannot, either way,
You're right.
you are right. Beautiful. Belief, according to the Oxford Languages Dictionary, says that it is a noun and it's an acceptance of a statement that is true or that something exists. And I do like that. Thank you, Oxford.
Yes.
Appreciate that. So let's talk about beliefs.
Well, let me ask you, what is a belief that drives you?
The belief that drives me has always been that I'm capable, I want to, but somehow, Tamika, I find myself not measuring up.
Ooh.
I find myself falling short.
Can you give an example that you're comfortable sharing?
Yeah, bunches. How much time do we have? Yeah, I've always believed that I was, hello, kitty. I've always believed that I was capable of what it was that I dreamt in my head. Cat, don't destroy my chair. My wife will kill me. But I've believed that I could do it, but I never seemed to measure up. I've believed that I could be more successful than I was in my chiropractic office. I've believed that I could be a landlord, and I wasn't. I could believe that I could trade stocks and trade commodities, and I crashed and burned. I believed in so many different things, and those beliefs didn't manage to come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
And Tamika, that set me down a path of trying to find why. Why could Tom Brady be Tom Brady and Kirk couldn't throw a football from here to that lamp?
Sure.
Why?
Yes.
How about you?
That's very interesting because same thing for me. I mean, I've tried different things. Always wanted to be in real estate and not necessarily as an investor, but I enjoy real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ended up getting my real estate license, which is where I met my husband.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I took a chance when I was 27, 28. I finally got the gumption to go take the class, take the test, passed on the first try.
Nice. Well done.
And I joined a real estate brokerage that was not a good fit. They were kind of getting all the people once they took their test, like all the newbies. And then they just charge you a bunch of money. The classic.
What came to mind was a puppy mill.
Yeah, yes. And they just cycled through, and within the first month and a half, I knew I didn't get what I paid for. That was the first thing. And I went to the broker, and they said, oh, you don't need it. But I paid for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was my first red flag. And then I decided to go to a different brokerage.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good fit.
Good.
And they did a 30-day class to teach you how to do real estate, because taking the test and all that you have to know for the test is just to pass the exam. You actually have to learn how to do real estate.
You have just described my chiropractic career, 45 years,
Yes.
in about 2 sentences.
Mm-hmm.
You spend all that time picking up the education, you regurgitate back out those facts, you just throw them up on the paper.
Yep.
And they grade it and they say, good, here's your license, go do it.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like, now what? This is the business side of it. And you realize that you're on the phone and you're, back then, cold calling.
Did you ever see a movie, The Candidate? Robert Redford.
I feel like I have.
This was probably in the 80s, and he was picked, he was one of those, because Robert Redford was strikingly handsome.
Oh, yeah.
Nice looking guy.
Yes.
And he is chosen because he's running for some office in a local community, and he's got this face, and of course these guys who are pushing candidates, they're, that's their job. They find and fix him. And they convince him that he needs to go up against the strongest, biggest candidate who's running for re-election, and they get him elected. They finally get him elected.
Wow.
And the closing scene, all of those people leave him now, and he says, now what do I do?
Wow. Yeah.
And that's it, isn't it?
You have to figure it out.
You have to figure it out. So your beliefs then, that you can do or you can't do, we've already figured out that, either way, we're right. The belief then, if I'm interpreting what we're talking about here, means that you have to have some learning process, a learning curve for what it is that you believe that you can do in order to do it. Did that track? Did that make sense?
Yes. I'm thinking, as you're saying that, I'm thinking of my biggest challenging belief, which I'm not comfortable sharing. It just goes back to, it's just one of those things where, you pick up things when you're in your teenage years, or someone says something to you and it just sticks, and then you keep revisiting that thing.
Oh, yes.
And you have to make a decision. Do I really believe what that person told me about myself? Or do I have to make my own decision about?
Which brings you to another huge point. And I know there's people out there who go on and on and on about high school, the greatest years of our lives, the greatest years of our lives. And I don't know about, for you, honey, but for me,
yeah, it wasn't high school.
It was not, no, it was not. You're still trying to figure out who you are. And you're trying so hard to fit in, and you're trying to accept everyone else's beliefs so that you do fit in, so that you don't get singled out, which is what keeps you from doing what it is that you want to do.
Amen.
Right? I know that success, most people fail in success because of a belief that they don't know what's on the other side. They can't see it, they can't feel it, they can't imagine it. So that fear sets in. They believe that they can't do it without knowing what's over there, and they don't. And that's terrible, because it's been my experience now. If you know 70% of what you think you need to do to start it, pull the trigger. Go. Because that's enough. You're going to find the rest of it out along the way, right?
Can you say that one more time? That was really important. If you
think that you have enough, if you believe that you know enough, and you have 70% of what you think it's going to take to be successful, pull the trigger. Do you know what? Have you heard people say, I can't start because I'm a perfectionist. I want this to be perfect before I pull the trigger. Has to be right. How would you know? You don't know. And it's never going to be perfect.
Along with what you're saying, that's really almost more important than the beliefs, is speaking things into existence.
Oh my.
And knowing how to do that.
Yes.
You have to believe it for yourself before anyone else is going to believe you.
Absolutely. What's the quote? Thoughts are words. Thoughts become words. Words become actions. Actions become habits.
Yes.
Habits become lifestyles. Lifestyles become destinies. So what you think,
And speak.
yes, and speak, which is the communication portion of things that we have been talking about and flirting with over these past several podcasts. Learning to speak to yourself as to what it is that you do believe.
Yes.
Learning to speak to others as to what you believe, or learning to turn off what others are speaking to you that you don't want to pay attention to, don't need to pay attention to. Because your belief is strong enough that I'm not listening to you, you're telling me I can't. Hold my beer, because here I go, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, belief, powerful, powerful, powerful.
I want to give you two examples of beliefs, and I'll give you an example of belief and then also an example of speaking something into existence. The first example, I was doing a photo shoot, if you will, and I was in an athletic outfit, and the idea was I was doing like track and field. Think of the Olympics and think of how they get down and they do the stance, and then the gun goes off, and then they're like, okay, we're ready to go.
Right.
And everybody fires off and starts running. Well, my husband was coaching me. He was the photographer, but the idea was that I was doing the track and field thing.
Right.
And I got down and I was doing the stance, and he says, "You don't look like you're about to run." I said, "What do you mean?" And he took a picture, and then he says, "I'm going to show you the difference." And he says, "Now imagine that you're really at a sporting event, and now do the stance and look up as if you're ready to go." And the difference in my posture between the first photo and the second photo, I was like, wow, just me really believing it.
Yes.
You could see it in the picture. It was the real deal, and I wish I could show it to you, but I don't have that photo anymore. But it was just the difference of belief and non-belief.
My favorite quote from my favorite author of all time, Napoleon Hill,
Yes.
Think and Grow Rich. What the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve.
That's it.
You have to believe it first.
Yes.
You have to believe it.
Yeah. And then as it pertains to speaking, just everything that we're doing with the next level now is speaking things into existence. We're doing presentations coming up in 2026. It's not maybe, it's not I think, it's this is what we're doing.
Absolutely. The whole reason that I'm sitting here right now with you, Tamika, on this is something that I have dreamed about doing for years, 10, 12, 15 years. I've wanted to do this. And because I am the GOAT, the greatest of all time at procrastination, it sat waiting because I was convincing myself I believed that I needed to get it to perfection before I could launch it.
Wow.
So you saw how long it sat. Tamika comes up and expresses this idea, this concept she has. I said, well, doggone, that's exactly what I want to do. And because she was able to believe it, speak it into reality, the words became real. That allowed me to step across that line of fear that I did not know. I'm stepping into something I have no idea. I have no clue as to what this is going to end up as. I mean, I hope I know where it's going, but it could be.
Yeah.
And if it fails, you know what, Tamika? I'm going to dust myself off. I'm going to get myself up. I'm going to embrace the suck. And I'm going to go again.
Yeah.
Because God gave me a gift. He gave me a lesson. Don't do it this way. Try another one.
That's another thing, the lessons. I mean, how many lessons have you learned?
Oh, shoot, buddy.
But it's each time you fall and you get back up, you're now ready. You're more ready than you were the last time you fell.
Absolutely.
And the time before that, and the time before that. So going back to what you said, if you think you're 70%, you have what it takes, pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger.
Just do it.
Do it.
Because it's never going to be the perfect time.
It isn't. And your thought on the posturing for belief, and I know you know this, I'm sure everyone watching this knows this, but if you're ever fortunate enough to watch a camera go into the locker room pregame, whether they're going on the soccer pitch, the baseball diamond, the football field, the hockey rink, you'll see an athlete sitting there with his eyes closed, and you watch him. And what he's doing is he is believing, he's seeing it in his mind eye, her mind eye. They're seeing themselves fly through the air, making that fingertip grab as they crash to the earth in the end zone.
Right.
But when that play comes up, because they believed it, now there's no doubt, oh, I don't know if I can dive that far to get it or not.
Yeah.
And they grab it. That's how that happens. That's very powerful.
It is.
That is something I believe.
There you go.
that the next level now is out here to offer people who are watching, to offer you who are watching. Tamika has experience in this, years of experience. I have years of experience. I have spent years trying to figure all this out, and I know you have as well. Between the two of us, now it's an opportunity for us to share that information.
Yes.
To help someone else. If I can save you a couple of bruises along the way, that's awesome. Because, I've made a few trips around the sun, and it's not doing me any good to take this information with me.
Right. Sure.
Let's share it. Let's get it out there. Let's help someone else along the way.
Yeah. And what you get along with that is not just what the audience is not experiencing, is the energy.
Oh my.
That we have this energy that when you get in a group of people in person that are all have that same energy, very positive, they believe in themselves, or maybe they don't yet, but they want to. And what do they say? You're the product of the 5 people that you spend the most amount of time with. So if you're experiencing the next level now and what it is that we're doing in person, that is just
it amps it up. It takes it to a new degree. And you and I experienced this just 4 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever it was.
Yes.
We went to a Toastmasters meeting, and I've experienced the same thing in chiropractic seminars. But did you notice how things started? We started at the beginning, and I can't say that the energy level was overly high, but the more the day progressed along, the more excited people got.
Yes.
Now, I am not one, and you know this, I am not a great big rah, 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 let's do this, let's jump up and down, pump our feet. It's just not me, it just doesn't hit my personality well. But I understand why they do it. I understand what they were trying to accomplish at the beginning. But if you let that energy, that mixing and wavelengths, okay, I'm stepping into yours, the wavelengths and the energy, but I'm going to put my science to it, all right? If I have a wave, but I put another wave that's on the same frequency, what do I do to that wave? I amplify it.
Yes.
It gets bigger.
It does.
It gets bigger. You've been at the ocean, you watch the waves come in, and you watch that bigger wave coming behind it, and it catches the wave in front of it. What happens? You get the next boost, and those people who are on the rafts, or that person who's on the surfboard, suddenly they're zinging along, right? They are moving.
Yes.
So that's the energy we're talking about. It's a natural thing. It's science. It's there, and it does exist.
Yes.
From
and you want to catch that wave.
Oh, baby.
You want to catch that wave.
Let's get out there and hang 10.
Yeah. But I really think that that's where it's at, is you just have to, when it comes to beliefs, maybe even just write down, do some journaling. If you're not sure what it is that is holding you back, write down some of your beliefs.
Beliefs is a great place to start. Another great place that will lead you to beliefs, in my opinion, is a gratitude journal. Every morning, get up and write down at least 3 things that you're grateful for.
Yes.
You're going to find this hard to believe. When I first started my gratitude journal, I struggled to come up with the 3. Now, you hand me a blank piece of paper, I'm dividing it into 4 columns, A, B, C, D. Better give me a second sheet. because I can
Oh, yeah.
feel them.
Yeah.
We all have so much to be grateful for. But when you're grateful, that enhances your belief that there's things out there that are positive. There are things out there that are good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's where it goes. You know, along with your beliefs, Tamika, how much do you define, or how would you, I guess, let's start there. How would you define commitment? I just want to see if we're on the same wave.
We are on the same wavelength. Let me define commitment. No matter how many times I fall, I'm going to get back up.
Down 6, up 7, right?
And that's it. That's just it. That I made a commitment that I am going to, you fill in the blanks.
Yep. I can't, I will, I must.
Yes.
Right? And commitment, people want to steal your time because people are thinking about their own time frame. They're concerned about what it is that they want to do. So they'll call you on the phone, or they'll call me on the phone. Hey doc, you know, it's time for me to do a DOT examination. Can you get me in? Are you busy? Fortunately now I'm retired, I can answer yes. Or no, I can, yes meaning I can come do it. When I set my first practice up in Worthington, I had a house and I had, maybe 20 yards from the house, a separate detached garage, 500 square feet. This is amazing. In that 500 square feet, I had 2 treatment rooms, I had a therapy room, a waiting room, a bathroom, and an office. That thing was so small that when we closed the doorknob was on the table with the patients. The mice were hunchback. Yeah, it was a tiny office. But between those two, I had an above ground pool, 24 round.
Mm-hmm.
So I had recently been married. I'm standing in this pool, bouncing my infant daughter as we're walking through this pool. And because it was right on the main street, a guy pulls in, he knows the office is there. He says, hey, can you treat me? I got a sore back. And dude, I'm in the pool with my daughter. He says, well, you're not doing anything special. Can't you come in and treat me? People want to take your time. They don't mean it in a mean sense, but journal, put your tasks on a timeline. Your time is precious. It is yours. It's for you to drive to the belief that you have for the goal that you wish. Don't let anyone steal that from you.
It's the only thing you can't get back.
It's, you betcha.
You can't, if you lose money, you can make more.
Right.
You can't make more time.
Yeah. No, it's precious commodity.
Yes.
Now, that doesn't mean you won't help them, but one of the things that I like to think about, I don't quite say it this way, is when is the last possible moment before we all drop dead that this has to be done? And usually when you give them, not quite worded that way, but you know what I mean.
Sure.
And they'll say, oh, well, it doesn't have to be done for 2 more weeks. Okay, good. How about next Monday when I have an hour, 2 hours, I give it to you.
Yes.
I'm willing to help you.
Sure.
But, you know, so, but yeah, commitment is also, to me, it's inspiration, it's motivation. Commitment is, it's being all in. It's that white hot belief that I can.
Yes.
So it's all of those things. And it's interesting because to me, commitment is a singular journey. I'm the person who is committed. Now, that doesn't mean I don't recruit people along the way to help me.
Sure.
But I have to be the person, you have to be the person who pulls the trigger. What is it that you want? Define it.
Yeah.
Believe that you can get it. Get 60, 70% there, pull the trigger, go do it. Go do
Absolutely. I'll finish up with one of the beliefs that has lingered like a stench.
I had an ex-wife that lingered.
There's that aspect. I had, when I was, 22, 23, somewhere in there, years old. This was when eBay stores was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was doing eBay stores. And I had an eBay store where I sold interesting knickknacks, like lamps and that were like in the shape of like a cowboy boot. Like fun little things. I had
Did you have a leg lamp?
I did not. No, I didn't have that. But I had different things that I was selling, and it was actually reasonably priced, and it was fun stuff. So I had this eBay store, and I remember my very first customer was someone from Holland,
Oh my.
and they wanted to buy this lamp that was in the shape of a cowboy boot, and I at the time I remember charging them. I had it listed for $70 to ship overseas because it was resin. I mean, it was kind of heavy. And they whoever it was says, "Will you take 40? Will you take 50?" I said, "Okay, I'll do it for 40." It ended up costing me $90 to ship it. At that time, and this was in 2003, 4, somewhere in there. So just to give you an idea of the prices back then. And I remember losing money on that deal. And my boyfriend at the time says, "You don't know what you're doing." And I don't think he meant it the way I took it. I just internalized it because I was in pain. I was like, "Oh no, I lost this money." And it was my first time selling something from this store. And for decades after that, I remember hearing him say, "You don't know what you're doing." Every time I had a business idea, "You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing." I was replaying it.
Some of those things set up that negative response. He may not have meant that way.
He didn't.
He meant you didn't do your research.
Yes.
He meant you didn't check the prices.
Yes.
But who thinks of that? You're in a hurry to sell, right?
Right.
And look how that scarred what it was that you were doing all those years.
Mm-hmm.
Words are so powerful, powerful.
They are.
And along with those words, we get intentions, we get facial expressions, we get tonality, we get gestures. And those are things in learning how to communicate and learning how to articulate what it is that you want to say, emotionally want to say, as well as verbally want to say, and doing it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where everyone here should go over to Tamika Thomas' Facebook page.
Yes.
And sign up for the Deep Dive Bootcamp.
Yes, it's a must.
It's a must on how to take these different things and make them work for you and how to do it like that.
And how to identify what it is that you're trying to articulate. Whether it's my dreams, my goals, a belief that I have, or beliefs that I have I'm working through. Everybody's at a different phase in their life, and the Deep Dive Bootcamp can meet you where you're at right now. And you can use the tools that we give you.
It's a self-inspection.
Mm-hmm.
You learn to look inside of yourself. There's many people. I know you were in retail, you were in business. I was in running my own business for years. And people would come into my office and they're trying to describe to me what's going on for them.
Yes.
They're nervous.
Mm-hmm.
They're in pain.
Mm-hmm.
They're scared. They're trying to tell me as succinctly and as explicitly as they can, and they're trying to use a vocabulary that doesn't work for you because just tell me where you hurt. But instead I go through this long, drawn out, horrible thing that I end up being very confused by, which then frustrates me because I have to circle back. Learning to be able to think on your feet and express yourself clearly, how well that does.
Yes.
How well that does.
Yes. It's the same thing in retail. Let's say someone comes into a store and they're looking for a purple sweater. It's a woman. Purple sweater that they saw somewhere else, not in your store, and they're trying to articulate what it looked like. Was it a turtleneck? Did it not have a turtleneck? Did it have embroidery on it? Was it just solid purple? All of those things are important when you're describing something for someone to know what you're referring to.
I believe that I saw you do a video on that where you said you wanted to describe it to the point where Bob Ross could paint it.
Yes.
And essentially that's what you're learning to do, is to paint a picture in someone else's mind.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the ability, can you make it a game? Can you use enough words to put that picture that you see in your mind in her mind?
Yes. We're going to play a little game just to get everybody excited. I'm going to say 5 things. I'm just going to say a one word, and then you and I are going to discuss what we saw when I said the word. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Kitchen.
We discuss it now or just think?
I'm just going to say the words,
Okay.
and then we'll recap.
We'll come back, okay.
Yes. Kitchen. Lamp. Wreath. Apple. Snow. I'm going to recap. Kitchen. Lamp. Wreath. What was the other one?
We had an apple
Apple
and snow.
and snow. What did you see in your mind's eye when I said kitchen?
Well, it was pretty easy because I'm actually sitting right here in my kitchen in my home. So, hey, welcome to my kitchen. My wife's kitchen. My wife's kitchen. I can't
Yes,
take
not
credit
his.
for that. Not mine. I visit to eat. And I eat. So what did you think?
I thought of an avocado green kitchen, like from the 1970s. Like
Well, you
everything.
saw my childhood kitchen.
Yes. Avocado appliances. The stove, the refrigerator.
Wood beams across the
Yes.
fake wood beams. They were plastic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Avocado. Oh my gosh, you were
Nice.
there.
I wasn't even around then. I wasn't born until 82. Lamp. What did you think of?
Lamp, first thing that came to my mind because we just talked about it,
Yes.
right?
Same thing.
Yeah, Christmas story, the lamp glowed out with that
Oh,
light.
you were thinking of the leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I was thinking of that
Well,
same lamp that I sold to
Cowboy boot
the yeah,
lamp. Okay.
cowboy boot lamp.
Well, the stories were tied.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes. Now, what about when I said wreath?
Wreath, I saw George C. Scott
Mm.
in the the famous Christmas story with the ghosts.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Which one?
Where he's visited by the 3 ghosts. Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future.
I don't know that one.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes.
And he's carrying the wreath on his way to see Tiny Tim's family.
Interesting. Do you mind if I take that down?
No, go right ahead.
This is the wreath that I actually thought of because it was right here. This is the wreath that I visualized.
All right.
And then when I said apple, what did you think of?
I thought of the green apples right here behind me.
I thought of Honeycrisp, which
Yeah. Honeycrisp is a much better apple than the Granny's. These are really, really good if you cut them and dip them in peanut butter.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
good
But-
stuff.
Yeah, and I have to give a shout out to my sister-in-law, Valerie, who made that lovely wreath.
Lovely wreath, beautiful.
Talented girl.
Mm-hmm.
She has my wife's favorite Christmas decoration, the red truck in it,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere.
Love it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But isn't it amazing the thoughts, the emotions, the feelings that are tied to words?
Yes.
Communication.
And lastly, snow.
Snow, I forgot we had one more.
We
snow.
did have one more.
Yeah.
What did you think of?
What I thought of was going the other day when this first came, down my driveway in my little car that I just got, and I didn't know how to drive in the snow, and I spun as I got out of the driveway. I spun going up the little street road, and I slid down through the next intersection, and I said, you know what? I don't have to go any further. And I pulled it off onto the side of the road, left it there, walked home, told my wife, get out the four-wheel drive and go get her and take her to work yourself. I can't do it.
Yeah.
That was what I thought it was. I am not a snow fan.
When I said snow, I thought of like somewhere in the Alps, like skiing.
Are you,
I'm not big into skiing. I've never skied before, but
that's one of those things I don't want to do.
yeah, I'd rather be on the beach somewhere with palm trees and.
There you go. Now, I'm a funny guy when I'm on the beach, though.
Are you?
Yes, I am. I am underneath the umbrella. I have SPF 1 million spread all over me. A towel, a towel, a towel, a towel, a hat, a towel draped behind me.
Yeah.
Because that sun just burns
Oh,
the
yeah.
daylights out of me.
Sure.
Can't do it.
The importance of the game that we just played was to define your words. If you're thinking of an apple, say Honeycrisp or Granny Smith. Defining your words. Try that this week. If someone is communicating with you and you can tell that you're getting your wires crossed, there might be a miscommunication. Ask for clarification, or if you're the one communicating, be very specific with your words.
Use words that you may not think you are real 100% comfortable with, but you get used to using different words. Is it purple? Is it violet? Is it, a different shade? Is it lavender? Okay, so you've got to use different descriptive words, and you're asked for clarification. And that was one of the biggest things I learned in taking a history from a patient. So what I heard you say, Tamika, was when we're talking and we're defining how we're going to communicate to someone, we should try to communicate as clearly as possible by using words that define what we're thinking a little bit better. Is that what I said?
Yes.
If I needed to correct it, could you correct it for me? Doing that type of an exercise will actually keep you at times from arguing with your spouse or someone else.
Yes, that
because
is true.
So many times she and I are thinking two totally different things.
And you have to clarify.
And you have to clarify it.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing.
There you go.
And there it is.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, this is not goodbye. This is see you next time.
And be sure and join us this weekend for the Deep Dive Bootcamp.
Yes.
On Tamika Thomas's Facebook page. Go
Yes.
there now. Go there now.
Go there
Put
now.
your name in it. Let's do it.
Yes. Sign up for it. There will be a link along with this podcast. There will be a link as
Good.
well.
Good.
You can sign up